the first time since the last World Cup, Argentina wanted to show they will be a force in the next one. 10th against 14th in the IFB World Rankings. It's no contest in terms of caps. Italy have 684 to Argentina's 354. For that victory over Australia confirmed that Argentina deserved their place at the Rugby Championship table. Barely showed their teeth against Scotland at Murrayfield last week. Need to show them this afternoon here in Genoa. Michele, Haimona, a significant unearthing of a fly half for Italy last week. So often seen as a problem position for Italy. The big Kiwi hasn't got a distant relative, done it the hard way. Lived in Italy for a fair few years now. Masi, Castrogiovanni, the only change in the starting 15.
I think what's interesting in the opening exchange is just the lack of heat on the ball from both sides at the breakdown.
Favaro, man of the match last week. Ifa. Facundo Ifa made his debut against Scotland as a substitute, so his first test start this afternoon. He's 21 years of age, part of this new breed of Puma. Kubeli. Tukile up from the fullback. And Stuart was saying in the studio before the game, this is an Argentina side that can play rugby. We saw that in the Rugby Championship. We've gone the days just relying on an incredibly solid set piece. The side can play. Fernandez at 10 tonight. Significant selection. Andrea Masi. 86 for him tonight. It's Luca McLean.
Midfield, Jacko.
Ghiraldini, the hooker in the midfield.
Advancing in front of a kick.
We were playing advantage.
Just wait. Half 3 seconds.
Very much first blood, isn't it, to Italy? Fantastic line speed defensively, really pressurising Argentina. And well, they may be able to play rugby, but right now, Italy's defence is more than a measure for their attack. And a well-deserved first shot at goal for Italy. They've just been slightly more proactive. They've certainly had more bite to their tackles and covered their ropes better. And you know, I think when you rely so heavily on your intensity and your physicality as Argentina do, if they're just 5% below that, it's going to be a long night for them.
Italy last week, so often do. Saw it in the Six Nations, didn't they? They dip in and out of games. They get Samoa back into the game at that second quarter, but then this man steered the ship very well indeed in the second 40. 14 points on his test debut against Samoa. First kick here in Genoa. Really nice nerve-settling kick, wasn't it? Directly in front of the sticks. Kelly, Haimona, 1 from 1, adds to his personal international tally now.
It was a faultless start from Italy. They kicked off well, they pressurised, they kept Argentina pinned down in their own half. Hernandez couldn't find a way to clear his lines, and 3-0 up, and they'll be absolutely delighted, I think, from continuing the momentum that they left off with last week.
Judges that have conflicts with each other, don't they? Especially rugby-wise. Giovanni. See how it's charged out. Never thought Guido Petti was going to get there. dead ball area here. Of course, this ground used for football as well.
Just far too laid back from Haimona there.
Luigi Perez, former Genoa captain, stadium's named after him. Tick off the first boring stat of the day.
Number 1 blue, roll away.
Tick off Argentina having their first penalty of the day. Morisi, back last week. Long-term injury, of course. Had his spleen removed, didn't he? Apologies if you just sat down to your dinner. Kubeli.
Through the middle is fine.
Tall, rangy man, isn't he? And this will turn it over. And it's Masi and Parisse. Wonderful footballer that he is. Furno goes in to help him out. Haimona. Again, it's a really, really nice kick. He's to run and run. And he doesn't. It's Argentina to take it. And they'll have to put it to the line out. It's a kick for this man. Nothing seemed to faze him a week ago. Not much is phasing him in the first 6 minutes of this his second test match either. Masi.
It's been a fantastic start from Haimona, but I think Italy, particularly when they haven't got the ball, just look so comfortable. They're not overcommitting at ruck time. They're getting plenty of people in their defensive line. That's allowing them to carry great line speed and put Argentina under pressure. They get the turnover, and they're right back down there now in Argentina's half. And it stems from organisational defence.
10 metres.
Marco Bortolami. Alberto Di Marchi. On the Italian bench, there's experience there as well, isn't there?
You can see there the first opportunity, really, for the Italians to get on the attack, and Argentina's letting themselves down at the breakdown, getting on the wrong side. The referee quite right, but to me, this is a real improvement from the Italians in terms of what they're doing at the breakdown, because they're trusting the inside defender. He's getting in there. He's doing a great job at slowing the ball down, but it's just one man. The other 14 again up on their feet, keeping great width, and it's allowing them to go with confidence and take line speed. And you know, right now Argentina are really struggling with it.
Italy have started where they left off against Samoa last week. Haimona. Far more difficult kick. And the flag stayed out. Still 3-0 to Italy, but they will be hugely, hugely happy with the opening 8 minutes of this test match.
Yeah, still very much pressure on Argentina, isn't it? With their 22 drop out, and yeah, if I was Italy right now, I'd feel very comfortable.
Okay.
There's a huge amount of experience out there.
Thanks.
Likes of Parisse, Castrogiovanni, Masi.
Obstruction.
Like
Long
the
hair.
Pumas is
Obstruction. Changing your line. Number 5. Changing your line.
new Italian players into the mix. Also Campagnaro, the youngster. Morisi.
Furno it was there. Just running a blocking line to allow the catcher a bit more time. Doesn't miss too much, Joubert, does he? He's a great referee.
Doesn't miss the thing. And it's a very simple mistake, and it's one of those that will annoy Jacques Brunel, the former Perpignan man, of course, for so many years.
Honestly, I haven't seen it. I promise you, mate. I'm sorry. Honestly.
Of course he didn't. I think he saw him.
George Furno, the Australian. Kick it forward. Argentina have knocked it off, and Italy will have a scrum in a brilliant attacking position.
There's a couple of real world-class players, aren't there, on the Italian side? Parisse being one and Castrogiovanni being the other. You know, we know all about his scrimmaging capabilities, but actually, you know, the guy round the park, he gets over a ball well, and he's putting in the hits tonight. And again, this is a fantastic attacking opportunity here. Midfield scrum, splits the defence in two, makes things much, much harder for them, and good opportunity.
He was rested during the summer, wasn't he? He had an abductor operation in the summer. He and Parisse were both rested, back fresh now.
No pre-engage.
Yeah, we don't want that.
The first of 4 of the autumn internationals on Sky Sports this weekend. Of course, tomorrow at 2 o'clock on Sky Sports 1, England against South Africa. And Yelza's been watching the final preparations of the Springbok at HQ this afternoon. Anthony Watson getting his chance on the England wing. Of course, France against Australia in the evening.
Crouch.
And Sunday,
Bind.
Ireland. The talk of week 1 of the autumn internationals, you have to say Pat Ireland's performance.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw such a dominant display coming from that game, and they really did put South Africa to the sword. And I think, look, it bodes very well for Ireland, but I think also it would worry me slightly ahead of tomorrow's game between England and South Africa as well, because I doubt very much that South Africa will play that badly again, and I think they'll want to come out firing. And I think the first 20 minutes tomorrow could be a very, very physical encounter.
I'm fine. Crouch.
You're practically drooling, Pat.
I am pretty excited about it.
Set.
Tactics are spot on, and you have to say.
This way, please.
Ireland got it right. Joe Schmidt got it right. Italy at the moment in this. It's Argentina brought forward 24 hours, of course. 18 minutes in. And Italy aren't having to do much for the lead, but what they are doing is simple and effective at the moment.
You're absolutely right. I think it's just about getting the basics right, and if they do that tonight, I think on first indication, Argentina potentially will kill themselves, but that'll be a bit frustrating for them.
Early engagement.
Early engagement from Italy, from Aguero, Ghiraldini and Castrogiovanni. So Yurtza, there he is, the elder statesman at 31 years of age, the Leicester Tiger. And a loose head side for Argentina. They've gone high here. Furno lose it. Gori. Saguja spins off Ghiraldini's challenge. Kubeli again. Fernandez just floats it out there. Of course, get a dreadful pass. Nice. Look at Marfield, didn't he? Fernandez.
Forward. Roll away, two blue.
And again, you look at the width of the Italian defensive line relative to the width of the Argentinian attacking line. It's only a matter of time, and there it is, the turnover from that man Castrogiovanni again. It's just so predictable from Argentina. They're playing
White player holding on
with about 25, 30 metres of width, and Argentina and Italy all on the feet, ready to make those hits. And the first opportunity they get, there he is, in on the ball straight away, and not an easy man to get out, is he?
No, just seems to up it. His game against the nation he was born in 32 years ago now. Castrogiovanni capped 106. He's only had a couple of appearances for Toulon in the top 14. There's Carl Haimon to wrestle that number 3 shirt with.
And to be fair, I don't think he'd be too displeased about that. You get to a point in your career where you played an awful lot of rugby, and having someone like Haimon to share the workload with is probably exactly what you want. And ultimately you end up getting the very best out of both players.
Bad situation to be in, is it? Between Haimon and Castrogiovanni, if you're Starting at tight head berth. Haimona. A little bit longer that one. Same result though. Italy very much in control here. And beginning to show it on the scoreboard as well.
I've got to say, I've been very impressed with Haimona, with his one charge down kick as an exception. I think he's had an excellent game so far, and well, maybe they have found that replacement that they so needed at 10, someone that can control the game, kick the goals for them.
Well, this time, last year, it was all about Tommy, the newly named Tommaso Allen, wasn't it? The young man who came through the Scottish ranks, playing 10, fallen away, and it's this man born in Rotorua. He's a big man, takes it to the line. We saw that plenty of times against Samoa last week.
I think that's an important point, actually. He is big and physical. He suits the way that Italy play. They like to take it to the line. They're like big runners. It's dead simple. It doesn't need to be complicated, does it?
Real battle going on in there. And it's Italy again, a full penalty.
I've got to say, you know, judging by his last kick, I rather fancy him to have a crack at this. He's clearly got the length.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is that the kicking tee coming on? Castrogiovanni against Marcus Ayet, two colleagues, Welford Road for many a year.
It's a very evenly contested front row battle at the moment, isn't it? I'd say both sides would say that, you know, one of the strongest aspects of their game is their set piece and their scrum.
Maybe a couple of Premiership final wins together. Ayet and Castrogiovanni. Started the Bay of Plenty. Zebre will it have the legs. Uses a crossbar, but they all count. Thought it might just be on the edge of his range, and indeed it was, but it snuck over.
Talk about fine margins. I mean, it's 2 steps and a strike, isn't it? And he's hit it beautifully. Backside of the crossbar and over it goes, and well, what a start from Italy.
Wallop of all, can't he? He's presence of mind when you inside kick to rugby football that kind of distance, put your team 11-3 up, you have the confidence to give them a little show as the defenders are bearing down you. Possibly that charge down kick was in his mind. Didn't want to take the risk again.
Well, you're right, it was in his mind, but that aside, actually he's learned from it, hasn't he? And I think that's important, and his physicality there carried him through, and then the number 9 relieves the pressure, and, you know, actually, what you're starting to see here, actually, I think, some real progression from Italy in terms of their coaching as well.
He said to Gori, no, you take the responsibility. Take a Bestia. Into that midfield again. Kubeli whips it away.
It's just fantastic defence from Italy. Fantastic defence. They're making the read every single time. They take 20 metres out of them, they turn the ball over.
And so often they're filing in behind their talisman, Sergio and Parisse.
But it came, didn't it, from the read off the line out as well. They all came up. It was a reasonably complex, you know, 4 people in attack up in the line from Argentina, but they read it beautifully, knocked them down behind the gain line. And the advantage to doing that is it allows you at the next phase to be on the front foot and take line speed again, and a great read from Parisse there.
In terms of the gain line back, there is only one team in it at the moment.
You're absolutely right, but it comes from it's collective organisation that's allowing them to do it. You know, sure, fantastic decision from Parisse there to pick his man out, but he's allowed to do it because they're controlling the gain line off set piece.
Maintain your body weight.
And in the end, it's Masi.
Yeah.
He's not maintaining his body weight. Perfect English he speaks, of course. He's Wasps.
Yeah, they're just a touch loose there, weren't they? And isolated at that breakdown, Italy. Argentina didn't need a second invite. Nearly gets away with the double movement on the floor, but I think Argentina right now, well, they'll be grateful for this release of pressure, and that's... Well, that is a mistake, isn't it? The opportunity you get to pour the pressure back on, and it's an easy out for Italy.
But it's very similar to the opening of the game against Scotland last week from Argentina. Errors, defensive lapses. You expected after that performance, off the back of Australia, the confidence and the heart that would have given them in the first ever Rugby Championship victory, to go to Scotland and put a performance like that, and they're absolutely firing tonight. They're just not doing it.
Yeah, and it's really hard to understand why, isn't it? Without knowing perhaps more about the inner workings of the squad, because we're so used to seeing them, right on the edge and challenging for absolutely everything, and you just don't see it here tonight. And there was a fundamental disconnect defensively last week. I mean, Scotland, all credit to them, played fantastically well, but it was made easier by the fact that they just didn't seem, like they've defended together before.
Put it down, put it down.
They got frustrated, didn't they? And the discipline began to go, and Scotland, to their credit, through trying in the first 40 minutes. Parisse sets off. Give the free kick. Completely clean. Wearing 11.
You see, this is the danger now, isn't it? A little bit of overconfidence.
Number 2,
perhaps in Italy there. It's easy to clear lines. Stick your boot on it.
Number
Everything
2, sealing off.
they've done well from a structured environment. They don't want this game to break up, I don't believe.
Yeah.
And a poor decision from Parisse there. You go 20, 30 metres forward, give away a penalty and put pressure back on yourself. And
Favaro. Try scorer last week, the open side for Italy. He's absolutely everywhere again tonight.
It was the Ghiraldini there, penalised for sealing off, coming off his feet, going over the ball. It's funny actually, normally at international level the breakdown is such a fight that sort of thing kind of goes unseen and certainly doesn't get penalised. Tonight, I think, because it just looks an awful lot freer at the breakdown, actually he's picking off some of the more specific technical points.
In Argentina, looking to get themselves into this game now. Really, really well worked, driving ball so far. Technically, it's been superb. Kubeli just squirts out. Had to go back for it. Hernandez. It was back into the forwards.
Use it!
Kubeli is told to use it by the referee.
Yep.
Hernandez this time really flat, didn't he?
Not out.
And Morisi is there. He plays scrum half. Cortese.
Contest through the middle is all good.
Italy trying to come through the middle of the ruck.
Sealing off.
Win the ball. The referee said that was legal. Argentina seal off. And after some excellent work from the line out, Argentina penalised.
Thank you.
And their attacking position goes.
Yeah, it was good work again, wasn't it? Through the middle of the ruck there, and from Furno, I question whether he's coming in from the back foot there, and I think that's a little bit harsh on Argentina, I must say.
I am in agreement for what it is worth. Doesn't matter the referee's decision is final. Haimona finds a good touch. Castrogiovanni. Tying the bootlaces. 32 years of age now.
Okay, hold the ball.
And he's been round the block.
Time off. Yeah, I've got time off. Yeah, thanks.
I think, you know, partly
Right, time on.
the lack of collectiveness at the breakdown from Argentina is what's costing them at the moment. They're hitting it in ones, it's accentuating the issues that they've got. And
Alessandro Zanni takes the line out ball and is smashed back. Favaro again, the man, just to clean things up. Then it's Ghiraldini. It's very important to Richard Cockerell's Leicester side. Now Tom Young's out.
On your feet.
So again, it's one man trying to fix a problem, and it's just so easy for the referee to spot it. Hit it in 2s and 3s. The dark arts come into them, you know, come into their own a bit more.
You would know.
Kept me in rugby for about 5 years.
That is Favaro, the man to be penalised. Haimona just says, well, let's just work ourselves back down the field.
I feel like it's an acceptable penalty count.
That is Favaro. Best of times it's not easy to maintain their body weight. I'm sure. Ghiraldini. Favaro again, was it? Gori. Zanni, Gori's out. He's in touch. Can't quite believe it.
Live wire though, isn't he? Very, very nearly snuck through down the blind side.
It's been touched by your number 9.
And actually, it was smart play again from the Italians at the line-out. You know, there was nothing on. They reacted well, took that short one round the front, which I don't think was a preset call. I think that's their get-out call, as it were. And, well, Gori a little bit unlucky there, not to get away.
Just growing in this game, aren't they, Italy? Expected Argentina to come out in the traps at a million miles an hour. It's been Italy who've been in control pretty much the entirety.
Swinging around the side.
33 minutes, and again.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved.
Okay. Very clear.
All right.
What he's expecting from the players. It's Torres in there. Ghiraldini. Got a hooker in the middle. Is there?
Number 8 swinging around the side.
And to be fair, the last thing I think that Italy want is to make this into a fight. Right now, their structure, their organisation is winning out.
Yeah.
And, you know, look, walk away, be disciplined. Frustration will start to creep into Argentina's game soon.
Simon, how's the time, please?
The ball away from Argentina. Just what they're trying to do. With all the talent in the world, like Hernandez and Montero.
Just holding in.
Will start to go. Matias Cortese. Starting in the absence when he came in very early, didn't he, against Scotland. We've seen Creevy and his thigh injury. We'll be monitoring that.
All backwards, Jacko.
Morisi.
Yeah.
Backwards, the officials.
Yep.
Clint Jackson, one of the assistant referees, just confirmed with Craig Joubert that did go backwards. Kubeli. Ifa. Taken down on Morisi. Kubeli again. There's Montero. Fed up of standing out on the left wing, going to come searching, looking for the ball, looking for some action. And again, all at the same time as Liguria.
Okay, Ian.
Until they turn it over. Let's see. And again, Italy doing a huge amount to turn that ball over.
Do you know, you say that, I watched Castrogiovanni through that set there. He made 4 tackles. A prop forward making 4 tackles in that set. Plus he put the pressure on the ball twice as well. He's absolutely on fire at the moment. And any young man looking at how you want, you know, how a prop forward should contribute into a game of rugby, right now he's a fine example of it. You know, Argentina for the first time off that line out, executed well, got some momentum into it, but literally after one fair, and that comes from the fact that you've got, arguably your slowest man on the field, getting up, getting off the floor, getting in that defensive line. If he's your weakest link and he's making 4 tackles, it's very, very hard to break the side down.
Crashing in the air.
Trusting the systems, are they, Italy? Saw it from Ireland last weekend, didn't we? A real team performance, everybody knowing their roles.
Yeah, a little bit unnecessary there. Early ball. Just need to wait until his feet touch the ground before you sack it. The referee quite right. And to be honest, it's only small errors like this that are letting Italy down right now. Look, I know it's not always the best spectacle when you see a team as organised as this closing a game down like this, but as a rugby purist, when you see it, it really is fantastic, and it's such a huge improvement on what we've seen from Italy over the last 9-10 games. They'll win games during the Six Nations, I'm certain of it, if they are as organised as this.
Just going to say on the flip side, if Fernandez did get a kick, it's 12-6. They really haven't been in the game, Argentina, but as it was, Fernandez, so many incredible things on the rugby field, that was not one of them. It's a bad miss, and it still stays at 12 points to 3. McLean, great take. So many captures of fullback on the wing. For his last 2 caps, you saw the attributes of a fullback there again. Haimona again. The show and go. Zanni. Italy coming onto that ball at pace now. And Gori has a choice of runners. Ghiraldini this time. Again the show. Oh, he's right through. Gori.
Play on, general play.
Referee says play on, it's gone loose. And here come Argentina. Bouncing up for Morisi. Montero arrives. And Aguja does as well. There must be space on the left-hand side. Ifa, and suddenly this game just sparks into life. Kubeli. Montero stayed on this right-hand side. Cortese goes over the top of Castrogiovanni.
Yes,
Fernandez again. Kubeli goes down the short side. For a get. He's been hugely industrious in the last couple of minutes. Leonardo. Hernandez. Now it's the fly half for Argentina's turn to show the ball to the defensive team. Haimona has done before. Petty. Giovanni, Castrogiovanni, I should say.
Both feet here, both feet.
Again with a tackle. This would be an incredible score just before half time, and they're going to do it. Argentina have done it, and it's Morisi. And it has come from nowhere, totally against the run of play. They broke out. It was that man who kicked it forward, wasn't it? Morisi, and he is the one who gets the 5-pointer as well.
Well, this is the first real test, isn't it, for Italy?
Time check, Simon.
Some moments of brilliance from Haimona to drive them upfield. 2 clean breaks, fantastic drop out. You think everything's going well for Italy. One hack through, and eventually Argentina capable of putting enough pressure on to split the Italian defence, and you saw they were just so close to the line. Italy concentrated themselves, and well, the gaps are too big to cover, and Argentina, well, they're more than back in the game, aren't they? Can they capitalise on this now? Will this swing the momentum of the game?
It is only a 2-point game now. Castrogiovanni gets some attention. 12 points to 10.
Well, for 38.5 minutes, Italy had done pretty much everything asked of them. Kicking the goals very nicely from Kelly Haimona. The question was asked, when are they going to find a new Diego Dominguez? Well, potentially 14 points last week, 12 this. Is he the man to answer that question? But right on the stroke of half-time, the Pumas have hauled themselves back into it.
In that changing room to try and inspire my men to show some physicality at the breakdown and see if they can't muscle their way back into this game. From Italy's perspective, I think purely same again, isn't it? You don't have to think about how to beat these guys. You know how to beat these guys. And I think if they continue as they did in the first half, they'll put this to bed reasonably quickly. The big question mark is, are Argentina going to come out of that changing room with some fire?
They said of last week that they had a will to win Italy. 10-3 down at half-time. Zanni laid that criticism on his team before last week. And a lax spirit. Certainly they have worked on a hunger for victory before this autumn series started. And Gori has pitched it for Ghiraldini. Haimona, Parisse, Montero with a tackle, but Parisse, such wonderful soft hands. Popped it up off the floor. Gori again, Masi. Great experience there. The fly half was involved in play. Fullback just glided up. Says, I'll be first receiver. Parisse again.
Use it.
Gori is told to use it by the referee. Gori says it will go left. Knocked on by Geldenhuys.
A little bit scrappy, but certainly signs at the breakdown that Argentina are competing a little bit harder. A couple of great opportunities and a turnover. You can see there, pretty basic error, wasn't it, from the Italians there? But when they did turn that ball over, you saw the tempo from Italy rise again, the physicality. They drove them back 10 metres and turned the ball back over again. And you talk about that will to win and that spirit that seems to exist in the Italian side.
Bind. Set.
Test match here in Genoa. First since losing to Argentina back in 2005 when Pierre Barbizier.
Oh, goodness.
And look at that, the effort that is going into that scrum. A real honest scrummaging, isn't it?
You may have picked up, it was a wonderful moment. One of the referees, Craig Joubert, saying, oh my goodness, at that scrum, that was quite incredible. Love to see from my host broadcaster a replay of that, as you say. Hugely honest scrummaging from both teams.
Do you know, they just stuck in there, didn't they? I am not going back 1 inch, and you could see it. Every muscle dragging every last bit of energy, and it did not move an inch. And the hooker didn't even hook for the ball for fear of that being the thing that broke the camel's back, as it were.
Just didn't want to move, did you? Even breathe in there.
And there's just the turf slid back. It was extraordinary.
11 blue.
Can't be the greatest open running game of rugby if we're getting that excited about a scrum.
Do you know what? I don't care. I love that.
Fuente. High tackle from Campagnaro. Ronnie goes down. Sarto is chasing. And Simone he got it down over that white line just before half time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Joubert wants to check with Simon McDowell.
Just going to have a look at whether it was taken back in goal.
Not a question of whether it was a try or not, just a question of what to give next. 22 or a scrum 5. Smart from the Italians as well, though. Saw the space back there, didn't he? Booted it down well, and he just didn't quite have the pace. Oh, scrum 5 it is. So, another opportunity for Italy.
Chance you to get All excited about a scrum.
Yeah.
Unashamedly so. Johnny,
I'm
yes.
with you, I'm with you. Absolutely with you. Right beside you, pal.
Blue scrum, no.
As we are in this commentary box.
You wouldn't want to be the groundsman, though, would you?
No, the levels of rain have quite incredible after last month or so. Storms expected to hit tomorrow, which is the reason for bringing this game forward. Millions of euros worth of damage has been done.
Find. Set.
Region of North Italy. Gori. Castrogiovanni just goes down. It's Gori who's caught. Hernandez. What a neat step from Hernandez. Cortese. Been around the clubs, hasn't he? England and in France. Matias Cortese. Northampton, Biarritz, Bayonne, Gloucester, Clonier. Luca Sarto. Isn't he suspended from this Italian squad? Luca Sarto. Which is contrary to the principles of discipline and respect after the actions after victory over Brive. European competition
no
for Zevre. Real arm wrestling this opening 6 minutes of the second half, isn't it?
It is, but this isn't the place to be playing rugby. Boot on the ball, otherwise you're going to give Italy an opportunity.
Wait, what?
Hernandez gave the pass out to the outside backs there, falling over that cut-up turf from where that scrum was. You can still see it on the left-hand side of the picture.
It's like a meteor crater, isn't it?
Furno. Lavanini smashes into the right, but it's still Parisse with possession.
Turnover is good, arriving
Argentina timing
so
their rucking much better in their second half so far. But somehow Gori gets the ball back. Haimona with a left peg this time. Magusha doesn't have too much side of the Bath man.
White, keep going.
Masi. Soft to the centre for Italy and Ross as well. But he's played plenty of games for Ross last season or so at fullback. Lots of Elliot Daly and Chris Bell in the centres. McLean. Morisi. Gori again. McLean. Sarto. Somehow finds a way through the heavy traffic. Gori again. Parisse at pace this time. There's his old chum Castrogiovanni in attendance. Ghiraldini. Crowd beginning to get themselves involved as Argentina turn the ball 22. Over. We were playing advantage, and it's Italy's penalty.
Yeah, great play from Italy again. How much more rugby does Barnsley want to see?
22.
Well, Haimona, before he says he's the real deal, to me he's having an absolutely brilliant game at the moment. Instrumental to everything, and you've got to say his decision making, when to kick, when to run, been absolutely perfect. I'd put my reputation on the line and say I think he's going to be in that Italian 10 shirt for a long time to come.
You heard it here first. 10 caps, I think, is the answer to your question.
I really hope he doesn't miss this kick.
Well, the Italian players have been playing groundsman.
Step it down. Yeah.
Sarto share the ground. Football team. They won't like that, will they? Footballers. It's big heavyweight rugby players. Scrummaging on their field. Haimona. He gets the kick. And Campagnaro could breathe again.
It's all Italy, isn't it, at the moment? And they're starting as well, I think, just to get something. Still, it's still only a one-score game.
Seeing a little bit more from it in this second 40, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. They look like they're coming onto the ball. Well, it's all through Haimona, though. He's having an absolutely brilliant game. He's running at the right time, kicking at the right time, and you compare that to what we're seeing from Hernandez at 10, where they're playing deep in their own half and they're making errors in their own half because of it. And right now you wouldn't have thought one guy just burst onto the scene, the other one had been on the international scene for years.
Michele, who's offended and stayed down as well. McLean and Morisi.
I called it over and I think there was a reasonable chance.
Mixed up slightly. There. Took away from Sergio feeling, didn't it? Slight controversy.
22 sub.
He's put some freshness to that coaching box, freshness to the players involved. The Argentinian squad, assisted by Favaro, of course, Parisse.
You just wonder, don't you, that how much did the Rugby Championship actually take out of Argentina? They have to compete incredibly hard week in, week out throughout that tournament, and perhaps at the moment we're seeing a knock-on of that. Well, the subs are warming up, and no great surprise, and they've got a big job to do, but can make a huge impact if they come on, really add some energy into the environment.
The Rugby Championship earlier this year, we remembered for one thing for Argentina, their first ever win in the tournament from 2017.
Crouch! Bind!
Against Australia.
Set!
Mendoza. Such a battle at the scrum. Again, the turf is
I can see the pitch.
rolling up.
Doing this. Come towards me.
The referee has concerns. I've seen it already that players are tripping up over it. I mean, it's a great, pure spectacle of this scrum.
What I love about it, though, is that very, very rarely do you see props happy to hang in there and just push. One goes down, they twist, they turn, it's a reset. Not these guys, too proud, won't take a backward step, and that in itself, I think, is a great spectacle.
I think it's forged these scrums between that battle against those old teammates, Castrogiovanni and Alberto.
I think that's exactly what it is. Those two set the tone.
Senatore, that one was rather rolled in. The second one was streaked by Kubeli. Hernandez. There's high. Masi comes for it. Castrogiovanni playing like a footballer for a moment. Somehow, Argentina have the ball. Fuente.
Just a moment of madness, wasn't it, from Castrogiovanni? I don't think his teammates can quite believe what he did.
Kubeli snaffles it up. It's Moroni.
It's the sort of thing you do in the training ground, isn't it? It comes forward, I'll just take a boot on this one, I'm annoyed. Next thing you know, he's put a lovely little kick, a lovely little kick through for Argentina to run onto, and he must have hit it and thought, what have I done?
Okay, I'm coming.
It's just one of those instinctive things, but
time on.
I'm laughing about it.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Is that move, Jacko?
Italy. If you didn't have a score clock and you've been watching this game, you think Italy were 10, 15, even 20 points ahead of this game. The control that they've had on the ball, on the game itself. But They keep gifting opportunities to Argentina, and Argentina are too good a side. They're not playing well, absolutely, but they're too good a side to let those chances go begging. We saw that right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and I think nobody would be more relieved to see that clearance kick going to touch 40 metres out from his own line than Castrogiovanni right now. I mean, could you imagine if that actually cost them a try? I mean, you'd never get over it.
Got a few miles on the clock, and you've got a few. Performances in the back. Backward forward to Giovanni. There's Gori. A lively scrum half, isn't he? Former under-20s captain. Real leader within this squad. There's another man who's back from injury last week. There was a handful of them. Gori, Morisi, Zanni as well.
Thanks.
One was out. Argentina's side from the referee. Andrea, such a big man. 14 tries in his 18 tests before tonight. That is some strike rate.
Better from Argentina then. You just sense the Italians starting to slow down a little in defence, not quite getting back on the back foot quick enough. They weren't getting around the corner with quite the same zip as the first half, and it purely just looks like a fitness thing. You know, there's not quite as fresh, and you can see this slowly but surely. This game is just starting to open up, and at 15-10, you're right. You know, the Italians have put enough in to win this game, but it's by no means won, and there's a big chunk of this game to play out now, and I think it looks like it's about to loosen up. It's anybody's game, it really is.
They've won the last 7 of the 8 games these two sides have played each other. They won the last 6 in Italy, Argentina. Last 4, we had a big W in the Argentina column since 2008 when Nick Mallet was in charge.
That's gone backwards from White. Ooh, carry on.
Parisse, audacious skill from Sergio Parisse. Incredible skill. Blown away by that.
Me too. But as a coach, I'd have been screaming, please someone kick it off. Please someone kick it off. And yet, absolutely extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. Goes back there, ref quite right. Parisse gets the ball. Out of a crack. Fantastic chip. Beautiful offload. At this point, it was all on, wasn't it? But to have, it's not so much the confidence to do it. It's almost the, I don't know, what the audacity. In a game at 15-10 to say, do you know what, I'll just have a little chip here out of my own 22.
The weight of the chip just on his toes of his boot.
It's the sort of thing that has to come off, otherwise your teammates looking and think, are you mad?
Castrogiovanni had his mad moment, didn't he? Right. Potentially that was for Sergio Parisse. Ghiraldini comes on. Started last week in the absence of Castrogiovanni. Favaro comes off as well.
Crouch.
Fresh legs.
Bind. Stand up, please.
I mean, it came off, so you give, so you stand back and you applaud a brilliant piece of skill. I still question whether it's the right thing to do.
They put pressure on the bind.
The new hooker, not pre-engaged, ear to ear.
Well, it did come off, and it was wonderful skill. And
ear to ear.
we've spoken about it for a couple of minutes, and that will live long in the memory.
Crouch.
Just jealous.
Bind.
That's the bottom line here.
Set.
Slightly. I mean, it was brilliant, but to me, this is a test match. It's high pressure, and you play the percentages. And if you do, well, then you have the obvious advantages that they have right now. You win the game.
shifted right through. De La Fuente. What a moment. Just like in the first 40 minutes, Argentina hardly any control in the game at all. And then Hernandez shows what beautiful soft hands he does possess. De La Fuente, a brilliant hard line, and he was straight through. Hardly a finger laid on him, and it is all square with the conversion to come.
Well, Fernandez at the line, drew his man well, but the momentum was created from the quick tap and go.
Thank you.
And that's it, isn't it? It's his test match rugby. One mistake, that's all it takes, and the margins are so fine. And he has looked dangerous when he's attacked the line tonight, Hernandez. Hasn't always made the right decision, but one thing is he's a threat with ball in hand.
Somehow, Argentina have the lead.
To be honest, the somehow comes from Italy not playing the percentages. You know, when they've come off, you know, what is a fairly well orchestrated plan, they've leaked points, and I think that you know, when they've tried to overplay, the first half, the hack through came from them overplaying. The second half led to a scrum, 35 out from overplaying. And they just don't need to. When this game is structured, they are the better side.
Haimona looking to get back to that structure then. Italy. Gori. Here's Ghiraldini. Haimona. So the physicality of the man there. House, he'll take the pass.
Has it been touched?
Parisse stare. He's mastered that over the years as well, isn't he? There's his sort of many years. Alessandro Zanni, 85 caps he has as well. Key man, he missed 7 months. Alessandro Zanni,
I'm not talking
ruptured
again.
eardrum, had a clear out of the knee while he was at it as well, but he's back in the fold for Italy. This build up to the World Cup continues. Parisse wins the line out. There he is, Zanni. Toure.
Run away, what?
In the end, gets his man down. Geldenhuys. Haimona. Morisi. It's cool, isn't it?
Backward.
Clear. Strong challenges from Argentina. That looks forward, but it was.
Forward pass.
There's a bit of bounce about Argentina now, isn't there? You can see they're hunting for those tackles, they're hitting the rucks harder. Much, much better, and it's amazing, isn't it? A moment like that 7-pointer, and it's just injected them with some energy, and well, 20 minutes to go, 2 points in it, and it's incredibly evenly balanced at the moment. And ultimately, it's going to come down to the impact that the subs can make, you feel.
New half-backs as well. Martin, Leonardo, Dennis Kubeli, Nicolas Sanchez on as well for Juan Martin Hernandez.
And that's a massive decision from Argentina.
Time is still off.
Those half-backs, whether you think they played well or not, you've no idea what's coming next. At least you knew that they came back into the game in the last 5 or 10 minutes. You're the two most influential guys on the field. They touched the ball more than any other position. You've rotated them, and well, we'll see now, won't we, what sort of effect these two can have on the game.
Alberto on that front row for Italy as well. The sail now, carded last week. Gori gets 20 blue.
Tackle assist 20. Tackle assist.
And here's the.
Off you go.
The number 9 is
tackle assist
played in all 18 of the Rugby Championship games. tackle. Happened against Ireland in the summer.
There's been a sequence of penalties now from Italy, haven't there? And it's pretty basic stuff there. Second man into the tackle. On the man whilst he's still in the air. Didn't release, attacked the ball, and just too easy for Joubert to give those penalties. And the momentum right now is with Argentina.
Matias Valdez, 21-year-old hooker. He was playing in the Junior World Championships last summer. Argentina Jaguars captain under coach Leonardo. He's bringing those youth players through, isn't he? Needs to freshen up the squad. 2-point game this time. It's Argentina who have the lead. De La Puente is rather pushed off the ball by Campagnaro. Masi. Marchi again. He's in there to help out. Campagnaro. Another young man. Straight for the under-20 setup. He played him 3 years in a row. Such a talented man at such a young age. He plays with Teresa. Here's Masi. Heavy challenge in the midfield. Teresa is still down. There's an Argentinian player down as well as Ghiraldini. Brings it to this near side.
Let it go, 22.
Cisco Minto. The new flanker. Teresa is up. The referee in the end has to stop playing.
I don't want to put them in danger.
Rightly so.
Hold the ball, medics are in the way. I don't want to put them in danger.
That was an interesting little chip there from Argentina. If you look at both sides defensively, loads of people in the defensive line, very little out the back. Argentina there, multi-phase defence with only the fullback behind, and that little chip through on both sides appears now to be on. Loads of space in behind the defensive line, and I think that was made very obvious actually to some extent from Argentina's last try. It was a clean break through the midfield. There's nobody out the back, and you can see here,
yes, but
it's a lovely straight defensive line from Argentina. Acres of space in behind.
Campagnaro, wasn't it, with the tackle? It's Ortega Decio. So Ortega Decio, who's back on his feet. He scored a try against Scotland, didn't he? Galloped 60 metres. But Montero hit on Greg Laidlaw.
Crouch. Bind. Pre-engage. Pre-engage.
Engagement Argentina for the first time in this game. 65 minutes gone in this game. 17 points to 15.
It hasn't been an issue. On bind, ear to ear, not engage.
Will Argentina?
If it happens again, penalty.
Look at 7
Crouch.
in a row here in Italy.
Bind.
In the backyard of the Azzurri. After a morale boosting victory after against Samoa last week, Italy will feel with a Springbok coming next week to Padova.
No.
They achieved hardly anything in victory over Samoa if the scoreline stays the same. It's so important that they back that victory up today. Some foundations before South Africa came. Yes, Valdez.
6 blue. 6 blue. Never onside. Was he part of the back line, Jacko? Yeah.
Zanni was offside.
6 advancing. Offside.
Let off for Argentina.
Yeah, and it's two or three penalties on the bounce now. So hard, isn't it, to get any momentum when every time you get down there, you're getting marched straight back again because you can't keep your discipline. And that's really what's letting Italy down right now.
The longest kick from Argentina. The try scorer in the second half. Nobody was hungry for that ball and for that reason won it. Sanchez looks to push Italy back into that corner, back into their 22, and that's what he's done.
Yeah, it's the second time. Look, the big advantage, I guess, from sitting and watching the game for 60 minutes is you get to see how it unfolds. You get to see where the weaknesses are in those defensive systems. And we talked about the robustness of that defensive line for Italy. But twice now, Sanchez has found that space in behind. And in all fairness, looks like a smart move because he's able to keep that pressure on Italy at the moment.
Guido Petti on his debut. It's a sad end for him. Looks like a nasty knee injury. He does.
Time check, please, Simon.
Lucas Ponce, reliably informed.
Yeah, thanks.
It's pronounced Ponce.
Time.
From the Club University of Buenos Aires. South end for the man from the San Isidro club. Petty on his debut. Looking some discomfort as well, some pain. But it's Italy trying to play their way out of their 22.
Holding on. Put the ball down. Arriving player White holding on. 17 arriving player.
Argentina have a penalty.
So all that hard work really has unravelled for Italy, and again, you just question, don't you? You know, they win the line out cleanly. You know, Parisse could just take it up, could just go to ground, could go back to the 10. They could stick it out for but they don't. They play around. You know, Parisse takes it up, he shows an inside pass, then they come around the corner, they play again, and to me, I don't understand the need for that extra phase of rugby.
Sanchez was never going to miss till now, was he? Debut for Toulon a couple of weekends ago. Scored 16 points against Grenoble. 61-28 8-point thrashing. Marco Bortolami. More experience than the Centurion off the bench. Italy 39 times, second only to Sergio Parisse, but Argentina don't get that third set piece right, don't get the restart right, but it's Ifo showing really good strength. The 21-year-old was at Toulon for a while. Only had one appearance against Biarritz before going back to the Santiago Lawn Tennis Club. Again. He's real willing, isn't he, the old man tonight? Sanchez. Top ball from Alberto. And Morisi slops in at first to see who it's for again. His second cap tonight.
Thanks.
Alberto waits.
Use it! No.
So there's enough of playing around here. Put Italy back. It's McLean. Where's this one bouncing?
Backward.
Senatore, a little juggle from him. The referee said it went backwards. And Argentina has just slightly won the kicking battle, but it'll be a throw for Italy to the line out, and they're 5 points down and under 10 minutes to resurrect this situation.
Yeah, and right now I rather fancy Argentina. I think they seem to have their head on. Sanchez in particular knows how to close a game out, and he's it's looking rather almost risky, and when you consider all the good work that they've put into this game, they've got 10 minutes to get some momentum back into it.
Simone comes off. Furno goes off as well. Hiltalami on. Aguero, another one born in Argentina.
Yeah, and that's a great decision from Michele. Money ball at the front, get the drive going, get some control back in the game. Good decision.
Zanni, that's going to half as well for Italy. New half backs then for both teams. Campagnaro! It's been so quiet all game. Suddenly he bursts into life. As he can. Here come Italy. Parisse passes behind McLean with the winger. But overrun it slightly. Now Italy need to show some composure here. Parisse. Bortolami. And those two players, there's plenty of experience on the field to see this situation out. Aguero knows the penalty is coming.
Well, that pass from Parisse. The 3-on-1 that has to be converted into a 5-pointer. Fantastic work from Campagnaro. 3 points just isn't what they deserve from that passage of play, is it?
We get 3 here. You get a 2-point game. Plenty of time on the clock.
And to be fair, I don't think it's Parisse's fault. I think he's meant that just as a simple pass to his inside centre for him to tip it onto the winger. Yeah, and I think he's thought it was a missed pass. And, you know, actually, probably not Parisse. I think the blame falls squarely in Morisi there.
Aguero does make it a 2-point game.
Got him. 7. Okay, we're good.
Manici comes up. Andrea Manici, 16.
Time. Move away.
Zanni. Aguero scored high. Just about finds his touch, doesn't he? Under pressure again.
It wasn't a particularly well-worked exit play again, was it? 2 or 3 phases and then back to your number 10 under pressure with an on-rushing defence. At that point, you really
let's go,
you just want your number 9 to take the pressure off you and stick a box kick up, really. Little things like that, which they were executing well in the first half. They've just crept into the game.
Crowd get themselves involved after that rumble. Manici Campagnaro again, the danger man. All that hair, he seems to be moving particularly quickly, but he really does. Across the ground so quickly. The outside centre. Zanni. Manici, run from him, entered as well, didn't it? Geldenhuys, good hands. Ifa, he's in there again. Ifa made the hit, took his hands away, went in, turned the ball over, and that may well be the moment in this game. Great work from the blindside flanker.
I might have some bias towards that, but an effort like that, to get your head over the ball, take a hit for your team, you know, as important as a break, it's as important as a pass that breaks the line. Moments like that can win you games.
And there, Luciano Aguero replies with a howitzer of a kick. Send Italy all the way back to Argentina's 22.
Yeah, 4 minutes remaining. Italy still look reasonably composed at the moment.
Again, it's complicated from the line out. And the reason for that, trying to set this angle up for Nicolas Sanchez. And in the end, it does work out for Argentina. Sarto can do nothing about it, and Italy will have to go from here. We're going to see it again, aren't we? It's turnover work from Ifa.
3 men, couldn't get him off, and he goes back in for more. And it was, it really was cracking piece of back row play.
Paul Griffer, the expert for the host broadcaster. Scrum half the week, choosing the man of the match, but
push back here.
Kendo Ifa has to be close. Zanni, is there one last twist in this game? Because there's ebbs and flow. Second half time, Italy should have the game dead and buried, but Argentina either side of half time. Morisi just before the break. De La Fuente just after the break. With tries for Argentina. And it's Sarto. He loses the ball in the challenge. Backwards from him, referee says.
Please, Simon.
Scrum down to Italy.
Well, there can only be one, possibly two more opportunities for Italy, but again, it's a midfield scrum. If there's a set piece that's good to attack from, it's a midfield scrum. Parisse in the base as well. Yep. First things first, the front row have got to do their job. And they've got to set this up and give them good, clean ball if they can. There's one last hurrah from Italy.
We wondered whether Italy were going to have the character to win this game over again in the second half, but it is Argentina who showed the character. Some great substitutions along the way.
A real pressure here on the tight head for Italy.
What is that?
Ghialdini was going up. It's Parisse who comes out. 1 minute. Just over 1 minute left in this absorbing test match. Zanni smashed back.
All it needs is a penalty or a drop goal, a bang in front of the sticks. He's in the pocket.
Aguero waits directly behind here. Argentina know it's coming. Aguero. It's wide.
Time check, Simon.
That was the moment. 30 seconds left. Referee just checks the time.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Argentina will not rush here.
Can't kick it directly.
Enormously ambitious though, isn't it? 45 metres out. You're either a hero or a villain. They might just get one more crack from this 22.
Sanchez goes long. Aguero. Masi trying to chip ahead.
Backward of blue, of white.
Argentina have it, and they will kick it out, and they will win the test match. They've won 2 in the last 3 now, and that